Hi, and welcome to Icellars virtual tasting. We thank you for joining us. This should be an amazing experience, and we hope we make it very unique for you. My name is Taylor, and I've worked here at Icellars for 2 years now in the front house, along with in the back cellar, and a little bit in the vineyard as well. I am a graduate from the Niagara College program for winery and viticulture technician, and I am joined with the tastings today with my coworker.
My name's Robbie, also a graduate of the Wine and Viticulture program at Niagara College. I'm the assistant winemaker here, and I can usually be found in the vineyard or in the cellar. In this video, we're going to be talking about our 2015 Wiyana Wanda. So Wiyana Wanda is our highest tiered blend wine, and it's mostly Cab Sauv, so 75% Cab Sauv. And the blend changes a bit year to year, but this one also has Cab Franc and Merlot in it. So Wiyana Wanda it is basically brought in as Cab Sauv, Merlot, Cab Franc, everything separate. After a year of barrel aging, when we come to the time of year, usually September, that we're deciding to start blending, do all the tasting, figure out what is going to go where. That's what kind of sets Wiyana Wanda apart from all the other wines. So after a year of aging, we'll do the tasting of everything, figure out the blends, and then Wiyana Wanda will be blended, put back into barrel for an additional year, totaling 2 years of barrel aging in all French oak. And then after that, we'll bottle it, and it'll age further in bottle before release. And so that's why right now we're currently selling 2015 in our retail store. Because it's a couple years behind all the other wines. So
Yeah. So we can start with looking at the wine itself. So as Robbie mentioned, it has 2 years in barrel, which is the longest extension that we have in any of our other vintages that are available for tasting currently. So first we're just going to keep that in mind, but we're going to look at the color and the pigment. You're going to see it's a little bit of a red, almost a little bit bricky undertone that's coming through. That's just mainly from the age, but looking at it, it's very dense in color. The pigmentation is very ripe, which has a lot to do with the vintage itself, but also that barrel aging and alcohol to go along with it. Knowing before tasting, this wine runs at 13%, but we can start by taking a few breaths in of this wine, and then we can start analyzing it. So I'm getting a little bit of that red fruit forwardness from that Cabernet, which is very typical. But from the barrel age, you almost note a little bit more of a herbaceous note, a little bit of a spice note as well. Picking it up in a kind of green undertone with rhubarb, a little bit more of that ripe red fruit as well. Herbs, I'm getting a little bit of dill. Quite nice, a little bit leathery as well. We can take a sip now. That is a very smooth wine. You mainly get that from the age, both in bottle and barrel, but the tannins are very smooth. The presence of them is still there, still very pronounced, but the character that it takes on afterwards when it's left your mouth is amazing. It's not too overwhelming. The alcohol sits at a pretty healthy level of 13% as well, which gives it a little bit of warmth, but you can really taste that acidity, which is from the cool climate that we have here at the Icellars Vineyard. That kind of brings forth that fruit note a little bit more, which is quite flattering for such a oaked wine. You still get the presence of fruit, which is unique to this wine. But yeah, this bottle runs for $75 via our online store or our retail store, curbside pickup. And I would definitely recommend getting yourself some of this, as we only have a half pallet left, and then we're on to the next vintage. So definitely grab some while you can. Thank you.